Hi, welcome back. I thought I'd do some more budget beauty buys because just over the last 10 days, some really good beauty bargains have hit my desk, and they are mainly skincare. So let's start with Primark skincare. This has just landed on my desk and it's so reasonably priced. Now, there are some asides to this because the primary goal of this video is good budget skincare. And they might not necessarily fall into the category of what I would use because some of these are fragranced, but they are so reasonably priced. And I'm really loving this packaging on the new Primark sort of essentials range, if you look at them here. So what's interesting about them is, for me, the hero products are the body products, and that's because most of them are quite heavily fragranced. I haven't got a problem, you know that, with even a lot of fragranced facial skincare, but on the body I like kind of things that smell really nice. And here's a perfect case in point. This is the Primark body cream, £3.50. It's in a really beautiful little recyclable, yes, partly recycled and recyclable. I had to double check that because I had been told, I wanted to double check. Packaging, it's a sort of chic, no nonsense, Indeed Lab style, and it smells like, it's got a slightly sort of muscle rub smell about it, but I don't mind that. It's loaded with lavender, it's rich, it's like a body butter texture, and it's £3.50. And do you remember when I last did my video with Joe, we were talking about the fact that we wanted Primark to do unique things rather than to be inspired by, aka rip off other brands? Well, this is Primark doing things incredibly well. If you want a body butter that smells like medicinal lavender, which is the sort of essential oil smells that I like rather than perfumed, this is the one for you. It's really, really lovely. I've got two other little products here, just previews of them. They've got a gentle face wash, which is £3, and then the daily moisturiser. And again, the packaging is completely back to basics. These are both, so the face wash is 150 grams and the moisturiser is 100 grams. This is the thing about this range, is it's going to appeal to young people. It is vegan, it's Leaping Bunny approved, so cruelty free. And the packaging is attempting to be as recyclable and contain as many recycled ingredients as possible, even at a reasonable price, which I think is really interesting. Now, here's what I think about these products. I think that the cleanser is a beautiful lightweight gel, easy to use, it's fragranced, it's a slightly sort of sickly young fragrance, which isn't aimed at me. Obviously, I don't really want to smell like sort of vanilla-y Haribo sweets, but it's not aimed at me. It's aimed at your daughters or you if you're in your teens and early 20s. It's a beautiful lightweight gel, sort of mildly foaming cleanser, but it's a really nice one if you've got oily to normal unproblematic skin. £3, great packaging, super chic typography. I really like it. And the same with the moisturiser as well. The moisturiser is lightweight. It's a gel lotion cream. It's the formula that I really like. It's loaded with humectants. It's light. It's obviously formulated for a young, slightly prone to breakouts, like most young people are, skin. Again, it's got that weird, I mean, I wouldn't use that in body care, let alone in face care. It's got that slightly weird, sickly, sweet, vanilla smell that I don't like, but hey, that's me, you know, it's not aimed at me. As I said, for me, the hero products are the body products, and I really like the fact that the body products have gone slightly left field with their fragrances. They've gone much more spa based, whereas this is much more sort of sickly, fragranced, tweeny, girly, sparkly, kind of unicorn based in terms of the fragrance, not in terms of the ingredients. Primark, I like what you're doing. Please launch more body products. Now, somewhere around here, there you go. I knew I'd need that to wipe my hands down. This is obviously my Primark PS makeup remover, which I still love. So many of you say to me that I'm responsible for when it sells out, because every time I mention it, I think they are £3 for two, and this one's been around for ages. It's absolutely brilliant. Also, look, if you want to use microfiber cloths. Look at Guppy Friendly, the little bags you can get on Amazon, because what you can do is wash them in a bag that stops the fibres leaking out. It will not only keep them for longer, also it's better for the environment, but you also get to have all the advantages of a brilliant microfiber cloth. Let's look at two other relatively young ranges, but just recently in the UK we've had an incredibly hot, humid, disgusting spell of weather. Forgive me I look back at some of the videos I've created during that time and I'm just a sweaty, disgusting mess. Anyway, I have been using quite a few refreshing face spritzes, and here are two that I think came out top. If you've got a slightly oily prone skin and you want something unfragranced and you just want it to be a hit of hyaluronic acid, which is all this is, water and hyaluronic acid essentially. This is the Indeed Hydrolon face mist. You know I love the Indeed Hydrolon range. I'm not a fan of the jelly, but I love the Intense Moisturiser. Well, this is really lovely. Super lightweight. Look at my bites. You should see my legs. Barely fragranced at all. I think if there is a fragrance in there, I think it's part of the kind of natural ingredients that are just put in there, because there are some couple of hydrating plant extracts in there. It's gorgeous. If you want something lightweight that's going to spray on over makeup, not disrupt your makeup, spray on during your neck, during the day if you're hot in the middle of the night, it's really, really, really lovely. Now here's one that, because that is purely hyaluronic acid and water, to be perfectly frank. Here's one if you've got dry skin that's really, really lovely. And this is the OK one, which is the Korean brand that do those incredible, really funny little masks with the cute pandas and stuff like that. Now this is interesting. This is hyaluronic acid as well, but it's so much more hydrating. It's got a complete slip to it. You really couldn't apply this on top of makeup. It would start to remove your makeup, and that's because it's loaded with allantonin, soothing extract, but also it's got loads of glycerin. And now, you know me, I love glycerin. This is fragranced. I mean, obviously it's, it's a young range. This feels completely different. That feels like water on the skin and it's gone in. This has slip. You feel the slip instantly. You feel the glycerin instantly, which, by the way, I have to say is absolutely lovely. If you do a larger size of that, I would apply that all over my body. It's really, really lovely, super hydrating. It just leaves that gorgeous glycerin slip of it. I mean, it's lightly fragranced, but quite sort of green floral, which I don't mind. Anyway, two really, really nice ones. That one's probably better for skin prone to breakouts, that's occluded, and that one is for slightly drier skin types. Both of them I highly recommend. Now, two new ranges that have just hit my desk. I want to talk about Glossybox Skin. I did work with them on Instagram, but they're not paying me to do this. And essentially what I was doing was just telling my followers that Glossybox were launching skin products. Now, this is what's interesting about these products, is they are incredibly reasonably priced. They start at sort of £18 to £22. Again, they're not aimed at me. They're aimed at young Glossybox users. But I've chosen my 3 hero products out of the range, and you will get 20% off if you subscribe to Glossybox. But I mean, you might not want to do that for just 1 or 2 products. I've chosen my 3 hero products for good reason, and you'll not be surprised. I've chosen the Deep Cleansing Cream because I really like it. There's a lot of cleansers in the range because obviously it's aimed at younger skin. So there's a charcoal cleanser, there's a foaming cleanser, but I like the Deep Cleansing Cream. And the reason I like it is because it goes on, you massage it into your skin, it rinses away to milk, it gets rid of every scrap of makeup. Again, vegan, cruelty-free, and in as much recyclable packaging as possible. So I think these are really interesting ones to watch. I really do. So yes, I like the cleansing cream. And then I've got 2 here. There are 2 3-in-1 moisturisers. This is the light one for more oily prone skins. And again, it's just loaded with really nice humectants, easy to use. It's that classic sort of pale pink sweet packaging. This is the Glossybox Skincare 3-in-1 moisturiser, and this one is for so there's a light and then there's a heavier cream. Anyway, this is the moisturiser for the normal to oily skin. There's also one for normal to dry skin. And then finally the night serum. And I think what's interesting about all of these products is not a single one of them got an active ingredient written on the surface of them. The boxes, the packaging, you have to dig deep. So it's back to just using skincare for the pleasure of using skincare, which is very interesting because they asked all of the Glossybox subscribers what they wanted from skincare, and they obviously didn't want another one loaded with obviously they've got active ingredients in. For example, the night serum has glycolic acid in, but it's not advertised as such, which I think is really interesting. So this is the Glossybox Night Serum, and it is a really nice, gentle, overnight resurfacing hydrating serum with glycolic acid in. When you go onto the site to have a look, damned if you can find any inky lists anywhere. Maybe it's for a younger generation who've rejected the idea of the ordinary and have rejected the idea of the inky list and literally just want nice, easy to use, gently fragranced products. They are all fragranced, I'm just warning you. So here's a perfect case in point. That's that gorgeous gel cream cleanser. It's actually a very sophisticated, quite nice fragrance. Again, I don't mind them in cleansers. It is a really nice cleanser and I will definitely use that one. I'm not so sure about products that are left on the skin. They all, by the way, have the same fragrance. So it's not like you're mixing and matching fragrances. The lightweight gel moisturiser is exactly the same. It's got a touch of a sort of Lancome Idole about it, which is really interesting because Lancome Idole is quite a room rocker, but when you put it at a much lower concentrate, that kind of slightly sweet floral, it just becomes quite pretty and quite nice. Again, it's not aimed at me, I'm telling you, because it's reasonably priced and they're quite nice products. Again, you see moisturisers and cleansers. I mean, cleansers, I really don't mind having a fragrance in a cleanser. It's on your skin for so little time. But I guess if you've got sensitive skin, you have to be careful. The overnight serum is a milky serum and is completely unfragranced. And I guess the reason that they haven't fragranced that one is because it's got a glycolic in, and I'm not sure you would want to use a fragranced glycolic. Anyway, that one, which is the overnight serum with the glycolic in, the deep cleansing cream, which I really, really love, and I know it is fragranced, but you know, don't worry about that. And then if you don't mind a lightly fragrance moisturising, this gel cream 3-in-1 moisturiser is really, really lovely. They're my hero products from the range. Go on to Glossybox and have a look, see what you think. Unless you're going to buy a lot of it, I wouldn't probably worry about subscribing. I would dip your toe in first and try some of the products and see what you think. One other range that I want to draw your attention to is I've been raving about SVR Skincare all summer long, mainly because they launched great SPFs this summer, really good SPFs. And everything I've used, I've genuinely liked from this range. If you're suffering from mask sensitivity, check out the new SVR SENSIFINE. And SENSIFINE is essentially a range where they've tried to cut back the ingredients down to an absolute minimum. They've actually got numbers on, so for example, 10, 8 and 9, that's the number of ingredients, working on the principle that the fewer ingredients, the fewer known allergens will come into contact with your skin. So if you're looking for a range that is absolutely cut back to the bare bones of skincare, I always call it bland skincare, and I feel like I'm doing it a huge disservice by calling it bland skincare, because it's definitely not bland. They're beautifully formulated products. Also, what they're trying to do is much recyclable products as possible. So for example, here you've got an aluminium tube, and this is their BALM double cleanse. So that's their double cleansing balm, and it's been formulated to be used to work into your skin gently and rinse off without a cloth, because truly sensitized skins can't even use a cotton pad. You know me, I love a microfiber cloth, but some people can't even use microfiber cloths. Even to me, they are the most gentle one. So it's a great range. Obviously completely unfragranced. Obviously it's got doesn't have acids in it, doesn't have retinols in. It's about using the minimum amount of active ingredients to repair your barrier function. And I have to say, everything I've loved, I've tried so far. They describe it as SENSIFINE. So I've got the balm moisturiser and the gel moisturiser, because they're working on the principle that all skin types, including rosacea and acne prone skin, can have an impaired barrier function. Everything I've tried, I've loved so far. As I said, clearly packaged, really nice, interesting. They describe it as for dry and combination polyallergenic skin. So that is skin that's barrier function has been impaired. It could be a mask, it could be the detergents you've washed your masks in, it could be overuse of acids, it could just be pollution, it could be too much sun exposure. It's a good one for anybody with sensitive skin. So far I've tried the cleanser and absolutely love it. I'm going to keep those to hand next time my skin plays up. It's a really interesting one. So many of you have asked for vegan, cruelty-free, as eco-friendly as possible skincare. So if that's what you're on the hunt for, look at Primark and look at Glossybox, because both of those tick all 3 of those boxes as much as possible. And even the sort of French, what I call the active skincare division, the sort of dermatological more brands, are trying to be as ecologically friendly as possible, and they're looking at their packaging and trying to recycle as much as possible. So if you have a look at the Glossybox packaging, you can see it all here. Gives you the level of, and I'll do a close-up of this, it gives you the level of recyclability, the Leaping Bunny and the vegan approved, and then you've got the recyclable details as well. So it's very interesting, isn't it, that the young forward-thinking brands are trying to give all of you guys what you want, but still with effective, active, reasonably priced skincare as well. That's important. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Empties. Should we do empties? Yeah, let's do empties. Very interesting what I've been doing in lockdown. And a lot of my empties are hydrating, soothing, caring products for all the problems we've had. Stressed out skin, mask breakouts, sensitivities, sun exposure. The weather's been all over the place. So it's a good one. Next week I'll put up empties. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.